A conservation easement is a contract that a landowner makes with a government or a non-profit land trust in order to preserve that land in the condition that the landowner has enjoyed for many years. So if he wants to keep it as a wildlife area, he wants to keep it as a forest or a farm that he has used or his family has used for years, then they enter in this contract to keep it as such, and that makes it permanent.
Conservation easement is a legal arrangement that protects, it builds in protections for the property that's designated in perpetuity. In other words, it goes beyond the lifetime of the landowner and it passes on to new landowners. Those restrictions that are placed on the deed get passed on from owner to owner to owner. You can say no oil and gas drilling, you can say no pipelines, you can say no channeling of mechanical channeling or changing of a watershed stream, no significant disruption to the land base. You can make restrictions about the amount of tree harvest and how it's done, or you can say within this area you can designate an area where no trees would be cut. Basically, you can design it in a way that will protect the property, given what you understand is important to protect long-term legally. So it's significant protection, but there is flexibility.
So there's been a lot of activity with oil and gas around these parts. Can I lease my property to there and still get a conservation easement?
If you've leased, there are some leases that are no surface activity leases, which means they would be drilling under you but not on your property. You could protect the surface with a conservation easement.
Why did you personally choose to get a conservation easement on your land?
Well, we chose to do it because our long-term interest is to have a piece of property that is not going to be basically disturbed. It's going to be in a more natural state, and one of our interests as landowners is to have hardwood forest, which is natural in this part of Ohio, come back to its full climax old-growth state and not be clear-cut or managed cut every 40 years or whatever. There are very few pieces of forest like that around, and we're interested in seeing that happen again. We have a beautiful piece of property, and we basically just want to see it protected legally.
One, they are interested in conservation, and they want to keep their land in that kind of state where it's conserving for purposes of wildlife habitat or scenic views. And they want to keep their land in that kind of state. Even if they sell it, it can't be changed.
Legal protection long-term, written on the deed, so that anyone who purchases the property, anyone who owns it, and it could be donated, transferred, it doesn't have to be sold, but anyone who owns the property buys it with a set of, with an understanding that this is how it can be used and these are the things that can't be done. Here in the Captina watershed, we have a creek that's really in very, very good condition. So if we can place conservation easements on lands in the watershed, that helps protect the watershed long term. The real financial benefits are tax breaks and property tax, both income tax deduction and real estate property reduction in value, so that your annual real estate bills will be reduced.